This is
The Handbag Husband.
the Handbag Husband. Yay! So today we are in a quiet kind of little canal here in Venice, and we thought it'd be a great way to talk about an experience that we had. And we were very fortunate to have it, but it turned out that we ended up turning it down, which was we got an offer for a special order bag.
Quote unquote offered.
Well, offered. We'll talk about that. We kind of slid into it, but that'll be part of the story. But you know, of course, we were very excited about it, and you know, we were definitely caught off guard by it. But we did end up saying no, and there's actually quite a good amount of reasons why we decided to say no. And I think that we want to make the video to discuss that, as well as to kind of bring it up to someone who is or may get offered it, maybe at least have a second thought before you jump out and say, yes, I definitely want this. So today we're going to be talking about the special order that we got offered and why we turned it down, and whether we are, how we still feel about when we did turn it down. Now, before we get to the video, if you like these videos, if you like the Hermes conversation, if you like the Hermes milieu, and if you like the bag candy, and you know we're always going to have as much bag candy as possible, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it does really help the channel grow, and of course we are so thankful for that.
Thank you.
But also because it means you get notified when our newest long videos come out, when our newest short videos come out, and all the stuff we have on the socials at Handbag Husband on Instagram and YouTube, because we got new Hermes content coming out every single week. So let's talk about why we turned down our special order bag offer. So first of all, let's talk about what is a special order, because undoubtedly you all probably know, and most of you probably know, but there might be some folks like us who weren't completely clear on how it worked and exactly what it is and why someone would even want to special order an Hermes bag. And the special order bags are essentially once a year, Hermes offers to some clients the opportunity to sort of customize a bag. It doesn't have to be a bag. I think you can do shoes and other things, but the once a year kind of offer, they have a color palette that's specific to the year, as well as materials and options that are available. And most people,
I believe shoes all year round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like this is for bags only. Yeah.
But most people would do it on probably a quarter bag, CB case, right? That's
I have
the
seen
vast
some
majority.
people did on like bleed.
Sure. Yeah. I can see that. But again, most people are probably going to do it on quarter bags.
Heavy hitter, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that really they probably have different tiers of how it works, but essentially
I don't think it's different tier per se. I think it's just like this is
like
how many
slots.
slots I have available. Obviously they're gonna offer like the best one. No, I guess not the best. The most options. I guess the most options.
Or the rarest of materials, for example.
Like to the VVVVVVV, IPPPP.
Yeah, the VVVIIIP.
Yeah. So.
And so, of course, having an SO bag, a special order bag, is obviously a flex, right? It's definitely a flex, but moreover, the reason why you would want to consider an SO bag is because you want something that's maybe more personalized, right? Or you want a bag in kind of a bi-color format or in a material that's not usually typically available. And so you can do that. And I don't know, in my head, I think about it more as someone, for us, you know, we typically will have our bags and then kind of dress around the bag in many ways. I think that if you have like a whole like fashion style environment and you want to include the bag in there, you may want to have a bag that kind of gets customized to fit in with your style specifically, right? As opposed to vice versa, like us, where, and the normies, I guess, out there who would, you know, happy to get whatever bag they can and then build their wardrobe around it. So I think that is one of the great things about it. So the things you can customize are the types of leather, the types of colors, multiple colors, as well as stitching. When we were talking, the hardware and things like that. Yeah. So the nice thing is that, again, you can really bring it down to your taste, and some people have great taste.
Sure. And obviously there's some restrictions. Oh, this stitch can go like this one, and then this color is also go.
There's definitely protocols and like guide rails to it.
Yeah, for sure.
And ultimately, I mean, I'm sure you've all seen bags out there where some people are like, oh, that works great. They have great taste, and other people, you know, maybe that's their own personal taste, right? So, the way that we actually got it offered is that we had
Offered, quote unquote.
offered,
Quote
yeah,
unquote.
is that the last time we were doing Hermèdscapes here in Italy, we had visited a couple boutiques, and we had a chance to sit down and talk with one of the SAs. And while we were waiting, we were just kind of playing around with the little toolbox, little tackle box that they had on the table that had actually all the different samples of leathers and colors and stitching that was available for that year's special offer. And so
Special order.
or special order. And so when that essay came out, we had talked to them and said, hey, you know what is, well, can we at least have a little discussion? Like, how does the SO thing work, right? And they were like, oh, it is available. They gave us all the rundown of how it works. And then they said, is it available for people who are not locals, right? The touristi like us. And they were like, yeah, you can do it. Well, maybe it wasn't that exciting. We were excited about it, but they were like, yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, if you want. And so that's when we got a chance to kind of really get the lowdown on where those guide rails are for it. Because again,
At first I was like, yes, yes, yes.
yes, 1,000 times yes. But the issue is that, being the lowest tier of the SO offers, there were quite a few guide rails on there, quite a few limitations on what we could get and how we could get it. So, for example, there was a big limit on heritage leather. She's like,
Because that's the first thing
they
I
were like
asked.
right away, no heritage leather.
That was the first thing I asked, like, can I get box or veneer? And it was
What
straight
about
no. I didn't ask for
yeah,
color.
but you couldn't get it either way.
Yeah, so I basically,
Yeah.
okay, after I say box or veneer, I was like, okay, so all the heritage leather's out? And yeah, it's out.
Yeah. Also, all the exotic leather was out.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that was two big factors.
Yeah. I mean, those would be the key things we would want in a special order bag, right? If we could, we'd want, at least at that time, an exotic, or even now a heritage. I mean, I'd take a heritage for sure. There were also limits. There was a specific color palette that's only available, and you can't mess around as far as change up the standard sizes and those things. So, really, when we got down to it, the special order would be quite limited to what we could get, and those limitations, the things that we wanted within those limitations, were not really that different from what's kind of
just more
available
of, like-
elsewhere, or just
I guess
available
hindsight,
normally.
because like I was so focusing on trying to get a Kelly in exotic, and so once the SA said, "Oh, you cannot get exotic," so I'm kind of like, okay, maybe it's better to just put it on the wish list because the bag is not anything avant-garde. It's not,
Yeah.
So that's probably the main reason why we say no to it.
Yeah, and I think that in hindsight, it was probably the right choice to say no.
I don't
Because
know. I actually don't know. Like I'm kind of like, okay, am I regret saying no? Because who knows? We might not get another chance of putting an SO at all.
yeah, that's
So
a fair
that's
point.
another, like, okay, try to analyze it, but it is what it is. Yeah.
But we also did end up getting an exotic not too far after that time
Yes.
as well.
Which
Check
is-
out our Hong Kong video.
Which is
So
also
beautiful.
create another issue because I put in a wish list after I rejected the SO. I put in a wish list of the exotic bag, and now we already got that bag, not from the wish list, but from the walk-in
Like randomly.
in Hong Kong. So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna try to get another
Yeah.
one, or what am I doing? So now I'm like, okay, or should I start seriously considering try to get an SO again?
Yeah. Well, I think another thing, a new bit of information that's come in since we had that, because again, we didn't get really offered a special order. We just kind of like nudged our way
Yes,
into it,
yeah,
and they
so-
didn't say no. So, I think that the other thing that we should consider that we learn now is that sometimes the special orders can be used as like a back door into getting a kind of standard bag that's just really hard to get. So
Sure.
a perfect example would be like a mini Kelly, which is super hard to get in a
Or
lot
the
of
Birkin
places.
gold on gold, or
Yeah,
whatever.
or yeah, okay,
Oh,
Birkin gold on gold,
yes,
something like
yes.
yes. So it wouldn't normally need a special order because it's not really that special. These are bags that they produce a lot of because they know there's so much demand for them. There's
Sure.
still way more demand than they produce for them.
Sure.
But what could happen is instead of putting in a wish list where you have to wait and then potentially wait for a local to get their bag before you get your bag, is that if you can put in a special order, then they're specifically designating that bag and making that bag just for you. So, you know, as in hindsight, that's kind of a creative way around the wish list or having to wander around and do Hermès.
But I don't think I would do that though.
Yeah.
I feel like if we can do an SO, it's
Yeah.
probably going to be 2 color something something
Yeah.
something. You need
Yeah.
to do some homework on that, and then
But it's an interesting, like, Weasley way around it that
Sure,
we
sure.
hadn't really thought about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I see some people they have like only just the inside at a different color. So like verso, you know. So
yeah.
so like those are interesting too. Like only you to know.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Like there was suits too, like the inside of the suit's like something crazy and the
Yeah,
outside is just,
yeah.
you know, normal.
But again, like my concern is like most of the time when I see like other people's SO, they just look ugly.
Well, it's to their taste. It's
Yes,
not to
that's
your
why it's
taste.
super
Yeah.
subjective. But like so that's why I cannot
Yeah.
find. Again, it's probably my fault. I need to go do my own homework.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, admittedly, sometimes people's bags end up looking like the car at the end of Pimp My Ride when it's got like,
Sure,
all
sure.
like the gold flake and like the huge bases in the back and stuff.
But if you compare like an SO bag to, like putting an SO versus putting a wish list, at least you know that it's going to be exact color that you want, not like a range of color. Normally when you put it in the wish list,
Yeah.
we put like, oh, you want like bright color, you want like neutral color,
Yeah.
dark color, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about
Yeah.
trying to create
And
the biggest
I'm
net.
always,
right? Yeah.
always concerned, like when SA come out with the box.
Yeah, that's true.
I did it twice already
Yes.
this time in Milan and Venice. And then I was like, please. I basically touched the box before SA like lift the
Yeah.
lid.
Yeah.
Please do not be green.
Yeah.
Anything but green.
Dear Our Lady of Perpetual Handbags, please don't make it green.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and they thought SA probably thought.
There's even
this
multiple times
lady
where
is weird.
they're like, oh, it's not green. It's not green. You're like, it's green. It's green.
Yeah.
And
So
ultimately,
put-
if you see it as green, then it's green, right? That's
Yeah, good thing that
that's the thing.
Maximo was not green.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I was like, oh, damn it. Yeah,
Yeah.
good thing that was not green. So that's a good thing about like SO. So it's the
Yeah.
exact color that you want. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so, you know, again, we were super honored to get offered the special, the special order. I think that, by the way, just pro tip, if you have a good rapport with your SA and things are going well, just toss it in there, right? You never know what they're going to say. They might be like, yeah, sure, if you want it, fine.
We
whatever.
did
Yeah.
with the Topanga.
yeah. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Just a straight out.
Yeah, that was straight, yeah.
Straight.
So,
It was, I guess it was not straight out no, but it was just like,
it was a very firm, fuzzy no.
you remember, right?
No. So we were really honored to do it, and you know, we said no. And I think in hindsight, and also now after getting kind of the exotic bag itched, I think if it came back around, we probably would have we would reconsider that option and probably put
We'll
it in
see.
SO. Yeah.
We'll see, yeah.
I don't know exactly what colors or what size or whatever at the moment, but I think
If
we
the
would.
opportunity arises,
Yeah.
obviously we'll probably gonna take it.
Yeah, we can narrow it down pretty quick. All right, so that is kind of our little story time about why we turned down our SO, and hopefully
People probably comment, you fool,
you,
you fool,
fools, you
you
fools.
fools.
And you know, we definitely had those feelings as well. But I think we want to share it because it is something to consider. It's another aspect of just saying, oh yes, absolutely, this is the best thing, SO, whatever. Those are those considerations that you can have if you're trying to balance out time and what bags you want and what colors. All those things come into those factors. And I hope that, I hope first of all that you do get offered a special offer, or you convince your SA to at least let you put one in. And also, you can already have that algorithm running in the back of your mind so that when it does come up, or if they do say yes, then you're ready to go and you've already made that
Because
decision.
we were not, so we were not ready.
It was just a Hail
'Cause-
Mary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't think so.
And they catch it, so
Yeah. All right, so that is going to be it for our little story time today. But if you do like the Hermes conversation, if you like the Hermes milieu, and if you like the bag candy, and let's face it, we're always going to have some great bag candy for you, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it does really help the channel grow. And of course, we are so thankful for that.
Thank you.
But also because it means that you get notified when our newest long videos come out, like this one, or our short videos and all the stuff we have on the socials at Handbag Husband on Instagram and YouTube, because we have new Hermes content coming out every single week. So with that, from the beautiful city of Venice, from a very quiet canal, grazie e ciao.